NASA news: it would cost taxpayers a whopping £22 billion to return to the moon. Hello my friends, we capture a news today. NASA want to get back to the moon, but the estimated expenses is very high, £22 billion. Let's talk about it. The eye-watering expense of sending humans back to the moon, for the first time since 1972, was reported by NASA this week. Under the guise of the Artemis lunar program, the U.S. space agency NASA has promised to return astronauts to the moon by 2024. No humans have walked on the surface of the moon since Apollo 17 in 1972. And human space exploration has been limited to low Earth orbit. But NASA has seen a revived interest in returning to the moon in recent years, paving the way for the first woman to walk on the lunar surface, as well as expanding her scope to Mars. To be clear, we're going to the South Pole. NASA head Jim Bridenstine. The cost of reaching this deadline has now been measured by space analysts at around £22 billion, $28 billion. It is likely that much of this staggering expense will be spent on the moon landing module itself. And the funding is not yet secured, as the US government would need to sign off on the proposal that President Donald Trump declared last year as a top priority. The political risks were often the greatest threat to NASA's work, according to NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine, particularly before the upcoming election, after his predecessor wasted billions of dollars on the initiative. His predecessor, President Barack Obama, canceled plans for a silent Mars mission. However, if Congress supports the first portion of £2.5 billion, $3.2 billion, before the end of the year, Mr. Bridenstine claims, we are still on course for a moon landing in 2024. He said, to be clear, we're going to the South Pole. There's no discussion of anything other than that. This rules out revisiting the sites of the Apollo landings on the moon's equator. The lunar South Pole was chosen because it is considered to be abundant in frozen water, a vital resource for attempts at lunar colonization. There are several proposals working to build a lunar lander capable of sending 2 astronauts to the moon. The first is being built by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin in partnership with Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman and Draper. The others are being undertaken by pioneering space company SpaceX. The unmanned Artemis I is scheduled to take place in November next year. The mission will use NASA's Space Launch System (SLS) rocket, carrying an Orion capsule. For up to 7 days, the Artemis mission will likely remain on the moon, and will feature as many as 5 extravehicular or EVA activities. Mr. Bridenstine said, the science that we would be doing is really very different than anything we've done before. We have to remember, during the Apollo era, we thought the moon was bone dry. Now we know that there's lots of water ice, and we know that it's at the South Pole. With bipartisan support from Congress, our 21st century push to the moon is well within America's reach. As we've solidified more of our exploration plans in recent months, we've continued to refine our budget and architecture. We're going back to the moon for scientific discovery, economic benefits, and inspiration for a new generation of explorers. As we build up a sustainable presence, we're also building momentum toward those first human steps on the red planet. Thank you very much for watching the video. Now, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more interesting video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for instant notification. That ways you won't miss any videos from us. Also, don't forget to check out other video on our channel. Be safe everyone.